But first, we start tonight with Chief Meteorologist Tim Deegan and a live look at Cedar Key, Florida from weathercameras.live. And this is near where the hurricane is expected to make landfall.
And Tim, I know we just got the 11 o'clock advisory. So what stands out to you at this hour?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, visually, and this is much for everyone at home as for us in the Weather Center, because I know a lot of you like to be your own forecasters. And so we've talked through the years about, even if you don't get all the numbers, if you're looking at an infrared satellite picture, and if you can begin to see without a doubt a pinhole eye, then we have a Category 3 hurricane. And do you see that? That is, and it's beginning to get what we call a donut look. Now, technically, it's not Category 3 yet because it's at 110 miles per hour. But very often it takes a while for the winds to catch up to the pressure. Remember, the winds are blowing in toward that lower pressure. Well, the pressure's below 960 millibars, which you think of that as Cat 3. And here's the disappointing part, and that is that it's really cooperating with the forecast. Remember, this is still very warm water, so it's going to continue to intensify. And it looks like now it's a given. It's going to become a Cat 4 before it actually makes landfall. So once again, the storm surge forecast on this is again for the Gulf Coast. It won't be as bad here on the Gulf Coast, though. There it is at landfall, winds of 130, gusts to 150, and those winds are pushing up. We saw the waters in Cedar Key already above where they normally are by several feet, and we're going to talk more about the storm surge in a bit. But the overall forecast goes inland. No longer as intense, but goes right over the Live Oak Lake City area. Well, there's a lot of satellite information here, so let's clean that up and get a better look. First of all, at the hurricane warnings, pretty much think Highway 301 west, Hurricane Watch, Camden and Glen. We'll talk about what that means. And then for the rest of us, tropical storm warnings. So for the big bulk of where we are, that is the Jacksonville metropolitan area, and then also much of Nassau, Clay, and St. Johns County, we're going to be dealing with tropical storm force conditions, but that's enough for power outages. But you folks in South Georgia, so you folks inland from Jacksonville, will actually have hurricane impacts much more significant than we're going to have here. The big event, the storm surge on the Gulf Coast, and then what's going to happen to the rest of us, we'll break it down for you in detail in just a few moments.